Good morning, everyone. Today I have a special little guest lecture. My son is right now in the room, so if you hear him yelling, that's why. Or if you hear me telling him to stop doing something, that's why. Okay, so we are looking at patterns in algebra, grade 7, lesson 27, found on page 99 and 100. And what we're going to be looking at today is we are going to be discussing how linear patterns are very, very easy to make predictions with. Because a linear pattern this follows the same rule the entire time. They don't change, and therefore they're very easy to project and get an understanding of where they're going. Because once the line starts, it doesn't stop. If it was not true that they followed one linear pattern, then they wouldn't be a linear equation, and we wouldn't run into that problem at all. So thankfully, we don't have to run into any issues. Linear equations, once they start, they keep going. Right now, my son is playing with the cards and has put them all over the ground, which is just lovely. No, don't do that. Anyways, so we are looking at this linear equation. This is our baseline linear equation. I've now changed it slightly, and I've just changed this into an n. I'm going to turn that slowly. I'm going to keep changing it on you guys, but for now, we're going to leave it just as an n. So we have our term is equal to a plus bn. Now, what is the value of a, or what's the use of a? A is also known as a y-intercept. It's also known, so we're not going to have to go into too much depth about this. We'll talk about this later. But for now, we just want to have, that's what A is. A can be a y-intercept. No. Let's not do that. Nope. All right. Now, what is B? B is our gap. Another name for it, a technical name for it, is also the coefficient or slope, but you guys just know it as the gap. Okay. B tells me how much of a gap there's going to be in between every number every time I'm working through these types of problems. N is my input, and term is my output. Okay, another way that we could change this is input's also known as X, and my output is known as Y. All right, now the nice thing about linear equations is they don't change, they never change, they always follow the same pattern. So I can put this t-table right here, and this is a linear equation. It's following a pattern, and you could fill in what are the values of E. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have 3, 5, E, 9, 11, and you could tell me what the value of E is fairly easily, I think, if you just look at the pattern. My gap is 2, so therefore my E is going to be 7. And my next one, I have this formula, which is input and output, and I have an F that is in the equation and a G is in the t-table. You can also figure that out. F is going to be the value of 3. G is the value of 19, because I'm adding 4 every time. Because it's easy, or because it's a pattern, it's easy to predict, and that's the same rule that happens for graphs. Graphs make it really easy to predict because once the line begins, it doesn't stop. So if I were to have a graph right here, a very poorly drawn graph at that, okay, and I say, oh, my line's going to look like this. My line will continue to look like this as long as it's just one linear equation. I could maybe call it linear equation A. And you could tell me, if I don't give you this value right here, or if I give you this value and this value, you could tell me what this value is going to be and what this value is going to be and what this value. You can tell me all these things because it follows the same pattern. It doesn't change. It's just one straight line. All right. So we are looking on page 99 and 100. 99 and 100. And you guys are going to be doing questions numbers 1, 2, 3B. Ooh, he's made a mess of everything. Number 5, and that is it. All right, if you have any questions about this or this does not make sense, please send me a message on Teams. Have a great day.